And welcome everybody to round 4.
Well, it depends how you count them.
Yeah, I'm trying to count them.
Yeah,
We had
it's
3
4.
before. Yeah, 4.
It's
Round 4.
4.
We're calling it 4. Depends how you count them because we have missed at least 2.
Yeah.
So there you go. You could count them as round 6, but we're going to count it as round 4. Live from the United States of America. I've heard of that place. Welcome, Hazel. By the way, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Please remember to like and subscribe. Round 4 from the USA. Good old USA, and from Miami, no less. The home of Tubbs and somebody. Tubbs and Crockett. Crockett.
Oh, yeah, Miami Vice. Yeah.
Miami Vice. Yeah.
Wow.
I'd never forget that meme I did. That was fantastic, that first meme, Miami. Anyway, if you go back a couple of years, you'll see a Crogs and, what's its name? Miami Vice. Miami Vice meme, anyway, we did for the thing. Who's in Miami? We were in Miami. All 3 of us were in Miami.
Yeah.
And we were watching it at the Hard Rock Stadium. Is that right? Is that where we went?
Yeah, I think so.
Hard
Yeah.
Rock Stadium in Miami. And mainly we spent a lot of time in the car park, to be fair. We didn't actually go inside. But we were at the Hard Rock. Good stuff. Yeah, that's where the Formula One Grand Prix circuit is now. It's around the outside of the Hard Rock Stadium circuit. And how to best describe it? I think my crack describes it best when he said fucking Tilka. But there you go. Anyway, moving on.
Is this it with Aston Martin? Is this it with Aston?
My crack is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's car park director or something now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was talking about Tilke or anybody else. I guess they got the road problems.
Yeah, well, they do. But amongst other things, I managed to get a quick quote from him while we were there on the Tilke circuit, and he said, "No, fuck Miami circuit, it's shite." I think that's what he said. He either said that or no comment. I can't remember exactly which one it was. But anyway, there we go. So anyway, we were at Miami, and of course, the fantastic Max Verstappen doing a no-look 360 snipe in the second corner or third corner, just to show how fucking great he is. So, and that seemed to work for him. What can I say? But yeah, so you guys are okay?
Yeah, cool.
Great, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Should we just get straight on with the show then? Because see if we can be entertaining. See if we can be entertaining for 1 week at least.
If you think we need to, well, I suppose we could.
Yeah, okay, it's a challenge. I'm going to be challenging.
Listen,
okay.
Before you start the show, can I ask us a small question?
Yes, of course you can.
And I hope we're going to be talking about Alex Zanardi at some point during the show. When do you want to do that?
Yes, yeah. A little later, perhaps, because I know you've got a little speech set up for that.
No, I don't, actually.
And you got some pictures to show, presumably.
No.
No, I'm saying you've got some pictures to show, presumably.
I was looking at the Italian in the team.
Oh, yeah, he's got some.
Italian.
I mean, might be tough, but yeah, we'll do it.
We'll talk about him a wee bit later,
yeah.
And you put some into Discord, didn't you, Fabio?
Yeah, put some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, right. So we got a few pictures we're going to show.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the great man a little later, and all things Williams related. Anyway, just saying. My team. Anyway, and I think I've got some quotes from Nigel Mansell as well on the subject. So
nice.
That is something to look forward to, I'm sure. Okay, so moving on. Here we go. That's okay. I've just looked at that. That's good. So let's just show comments on stage. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Hazel, for coming by. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to go over what the format is because we've probably got some new people here. since the last time. I think I've gained about 15 subs. So hopefully some of those will turn up. And yeah, so basically, here we go. The race Miami, there was a sprint race. It was quite uninteresting. I think it was won by Norris, and everybody was very hopeful again that the McLarens were back to their former winning ways and would stretch out and take a lead, and we'd have a wonderful ding-dong battle between the Dingo from Australia, Piastri, and the Dong from UK, Lando. And that wasn't to be because a certain person uh, a certain person got pole position, and of course that was Kimi Vidi Vici. Thank you so much. I had to wait for the Fabio reaction there before going on.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. It's fair. Yeah.
So yeah, he was in first place. Max Verstappen, a resurgent. I mean, this is all about upgrades as well, which we will also talk about later. Upgrades. Everybody bought upgrades, Max Verstappen included. Starting in second place, Lando third, and Leclerc, the pastry, in fourth. Fifth was Hamilton, and then also runners Russell, and then a fantastic qualifying by the ever young-looking Pierre Gasly, or Gasly, depending on where you're from. Okay, so yeah, 5 lights came on, and then we went to a commercial. So you can get 10% off on your cryptocurrency by going to crypto.com/Fabio and Funk. That's not true. Don't try that at home, people.
Oh, fuck no. Jesus.
Anyway, you can definitely get money if you go to crypto.com, though, I guess. But I wouldn't recommend it. Having said, this is the man that bought 20 Bitcoin when they were £1 each, and still didn't make any money on it. Anyway, there you go. Okay. Right. So yeah, 5 lights out. Kimi Vici made a fantastic start compared to normal, and so he only went back to third place. Both him and Max locking brakes into the first corner, and of course that meant that they both went up. They both dropped back. Max then doing a no-look 360 in corner 3. Everyone managed to avoid him. I don't know how. He managed to miss all the walls. Don't know how, and still managed to keep going. He fell back to 5th place or 7th place, 8th place, somewhere around there. As I say, I was surprised after those 2 heavy lockups that both of those cars didn't suffer much more. I just want to point something out as well about the spin that Max had. He actually span off the top of a curb. But that, I think, was because he was avoiding contact with Leclerc.
No, they didn't touch. They actually
didn't touch. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Max avoided touching. He could have just driven on the track again and had slight contact with Leclerc, but he decided not to. He stayed on the curb. Never seen Max do that before. I'm guessing he respects Leclerc a little more than, shall we say, Hamilton and any of the 5 or 6 other people that he hit that day. So there's that. Also, maybe he thought if he touched front wheels with Leclerc's rear wheel, he was going to come off the worst. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. It was a fantastic little spin. Leclerc out front into first place. A fantastic start by him. Then, of course, Kimi, then the Norris and Piastri, followed by Russell, Gasly, Hamilton, and fantastic ding-dong battle between Liam Neeson and Max Verstappen. Max overtaking off the track again, and then letting Liam Neeson coming through and managing to overtake him, and then amazingly, before that, of course, Max Verstappen hitting Albon. There's that happened as well, several times. So I'm just going to count. This is going to be a Max Verstappen count up of how many people he actually collided with at some point or another. Anyway, Max is cutting his way through the midfield as always, super quick time. Lap 3, Russell going down the inside of turn 1 on Piastri, showing that Mercedes does have pace, at least when its tyres are fresh. And Antonelli all lap 4 getting past Leclerc, again showing the same thing. When that Mercedes has fresh tyres, it's as fast as. Leclerc keeping up with him, unfortunately not being able to retake back, but there we go. That's the new regulations, how they work out for you. And then, of course, we have Origigym in Norway. Get 10% off anything by using Fabio Funk, and have a wonderful life. Book now for Avilia Voyages. So yeah, eventually lap 5, Leclerc then getting back past Kimi with Norris, Hott and Patel. This was the exciting part of the race. 3 cars together. Isaac Hadjar unfortunately decided to smack his steering wheel for about 10 minutes after driving into a wall on the left-hand side, the tightest corner, what we call the Mickey Mouse chicane. And unfortunately damaging suspension and then crashing the rest of the car into the wall. At the same time, Gasly and Liam Neeson came together, and Gasly flipping his car over. Very unfortunate. He said, no, I was going to do Italian. Do I know a French accent? I think he said, don't quote me on that, though. But anyway, he flipped his car. Say again?
I missed that. Could you repeat it for me?
Oh, sure. I think that's a pretty accurate translation. And Verstappen decided to take this lap 7, mind you. Fucking what is going on over at Red Bull? Verstappen decides it's now time to come in off the tyres that he had on and pit. I thought he was going to change his wing at the same time, but he decided not to. And he changed onto hard tyres to try and make it to the end of the race. Very uncharacteristic Hadjar mistake there. Also, I just want to point out something for a talking point later, which is, isn't it amazing how Red Bull bring a load of upgrades and the second car just is shit still, and Max Verstappen's car is a slight bit better. That's been there before.
Not only was it shit, it was also outside technical regulations.
That as well, absolutely, yeah. Of course, he had to start from the pit lane, yeah, absolutely. And they didn't even. I think they did put a new engine in actually, just so at least he's got that for later on. Anyway, as I say, Pierre Gasly colliding with one of the racing bulls, and pretty sure
Lawson.
It was. Sorry.
Lawson.
Thank you. That's it. Yeah, Liam Lawson. I thought it was Neeson for a moment there. I don't know why. But anyway, I'll often make up names. You know that. Anyway, race got all underway again. Max way back in the pack by this stage, of course, on hard tyres. And so Max really needed to show a lot of self-control in order to keep his tyres in while coming through the midfield, something he didn't do. Nonetheless, Norris took the lead. Lap 14, started pulling away, going to show that McLaren is gentle on its tyres, just like fairy liquid is on your hands. And you can get 10% off if you use the code Fabio and Funk. Right. Oh my God, it's going to go on a long time. This review.
Jesus Christ.
Lap 17. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen having another ding dong with Albon, only hitting him the once this time though, so that was nice. And eventually coming through into turn 1 again, really pushing the car hard. Then lap 21, going past past Colapinto, who had a pretty good race for once, actually, turns out. Lap 22, time for the pit stops for the regulars. Leclerc switching onto hard tyres. The others stayed out for a little while, including Norris. That turned out to be a good move. Leclerc having a good race up to this point. Very good race as it goes. And then, oh my God. Verstappen finally pulling up to the back of Hamilton. Hamilton having had some damage already with a collision. with Colapinto. He had a very badly damaged car, so he was dropped to quite a few points of downforce, up to 50, I believe. Verstappen getting past him quite easier, while his hard tyres were still relatively fresh. And at this time, then the pitting started in earnest, lap 28. And most of them came in. Hamilton came into the pits. Albon came into the pits. And that just left a few people out. The next lap round, Sainz came into the pits. Alfred Linford, Arvin Lindblad came in and pitted as well. Colapinto's still out there in 4th place, doing very well for Alpine. Norris decided pulling up and having a battle with Verstappen. That was quite interesting, managing to get the better of Verstappen. That showing that the upgrades once again on that McLaren are really working. And then also Leclerc pushing back past Russell on his fresh tyres, and the hard tyres really working very well for the Ferrari. Lap 36, Norris pulling up alongside and actually overtaking Kimi, and we thought, wow, that's got to be it. They're back to 1. By lap 47, Kimi was back ahead again with a 2-second interval and pulling away. Just showing the speed the kid's got. He is a very fast driver. As I said to Fabio during when we were there in the car park, I think Kimi is going to be the next Lando Norris. So there we go. That's high praise indeed from me. And wow, I know you're all impressed, and there we go.
No, I'm not. Fuck me, no.
Grand Fishing says, sorry to interrupt you, Fabio, but Grand Fishing says, hello world. Thank you very much for being here, Grand. Please remember to like and subscribe. Lap 57, final lap. Antonelli coming home easily with 3-second gap over Norris, Piastri, and then weirdly, Leclerc going through just extra right. Maybe right foot was a bit too heavy. I thought he might have had a slow puncture or something, but no. Leclerc spun it, hit the wall, and damaged his car quite badly, and that allowed a few people pass. So that allowed Russell pass quite easily, and also close on his hiney was Verstappen. With another 10 seconds back, Hamilton, unfortunately, still suffering from the downforce and not able to take advantage of the penalties which were going to be handed out. Amazing, quite a few penalties were handed out. A fantastic win by the young Kimi there, 3 in a row, youngest ever driver, or the only driver in Formula One to win in his first. Is this his first season or second season? This is his first season, right? Second season. Is that right?
Of who?
Kimi.
Antonelli.
Second,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So only driver to win 3 in a row off pole position, or something like that, and the youngest driver to do that, obviously. Potentially now setting up what is going to be an amazing season for Fabio, having an Italian somewhere near the top for once, or something Italian at least.
You know who else did that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Mansell.
No, it's an Italian driver.
No.
No?
No, it's Senna and Schumacher.
Senna and Schumacher. Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Big shoes.
Okay. Big shoes. Yeah, big shoes.
Yeah, I thought Mansell did it as well.
I don't know if you know that, but he's used to big shoes because his father was a clown. So he knows how to fill the big shoes. Anyway, so that was that. That was the result of the race, and I don't have positions for you. Oh yeah, I do. Kimi came in first, 25 points. Norris second, Piastri third, Russell fourth, Verstappen fifth, Leclerc sixth, Hamilton seventh. This was all to be subject to penalties. Russell and Verstappen got 5-second penalties for dicking about. Verstappen for being Dutch, Russell for being a twat, and Leclerc got 20-second penalties for driving on the track with a damaged car, which was Italian. So Fair enough to all of those penalties, of course. Lewis Hamilton coming home in 7th place, just bringing it back to get points. Colapinto, a fantastic 8th place for Colapinto, finally showing some of his form. 4 points for him. Carlos Sainz, glad he was in a Williams now after these upgrades, getting 2 points. Alexander Albon in 10th place, coming home in 1 point, 8 seconds behind his teammate. A little disappointed, of course. And that was it. And I'll get you the final results of the championship. Teams, drivers, results, team standings. So team standings are Mercedes now in 180 points, Ferrari 110, McLaren closing down to 94, Red Bull Racing 30. Alpine 23, respectable. Haas, the second Ferrari team, 18, and Racing Bulls, the second Racing Bulls team, 14. Williams 5, Audi 2, Cadillac 0, and Aston Martin. Aston Martin said, "My crack is 0." So yeah, and that's the results. And now I'm going to throw it over to Fabio, as always, to give his diagnostic and keen insight into what was an actually exciting Tilke Circuit Grand Prix from Miami. Over to you, Fabio.
Yeah, I mean, it was I think it was a very, very, very good race. I mean, those new rules that they probably have to still, fix something up. But so far, the car are amazing. I mean, at least to watch. I'm not sure that that's funny to drive, but they put up a good show. They're easy to follow. Even the gizmos they have, push to pass, all the stuff they add to the show, which is good, right? I mean, it's something that brings people closer to the sport. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic race, both the sprint race and the race itself. Kudos to Leclerc. I don't know how he figured out that those two guys on his side, Kimi and Verstappen, were going long at the first corner, and he just said, "Okay, I'm braking a little bit more," and just passed them. That was quite amazing. I don't know if it was by chance or whatever, but yeah. About the start, I think that the first row were a little bit too fast, and also there was a jar starting from the not. Was it a jar starting from the pit? No, it was.
Hadjar, yes.
Yeah. Second Red Bull.
So I think you'll find that's pronounced Hadjar.
So they waited a bit too much on the starting line, and the tires were cold. That's probably one of the reasons why Verstappen spun at the first corner. But yeah, I mean, it was a very good weekend. What can I say? Kimi's race was absolutely fantastic. The way he dealt with the race, the pace. I mean, it's hard to believe that guy is 18 years old. It's really uncanny, and he wins the races, and it's the second race in a row where they don't give him champagne to drink because he can't drink. Both in the US, he hasn't got the legal age. Both in the US and before in what was that in Japan. So yeah, a lot of car brought updates. Specifically, I think Mercedes brought Kimi Antonelli as an update. Red Bull brought Verstappen as an update, and that was pretty much it. I mean, Ferrari was good. I mean, Hamilton just crashed into Gasly, and that just compromised his race. They're still lucky. Colapinto, sorry.
Yeah, I think Colapinto. I mean, they investigated it, but I think that was Colapinto's fault.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
okay.
it was Lewis' fault. I mean, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'll grant you. He could have left more room.
There's a bit of a story there. Hamilton was seen making a gesture to Colapinto after the incident. Well, it wasn't that kind of gesture, but it was a similar gesture. Let's put it like that. So Hamilton seemed to put the blame squarely on Colapinto.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm
mean,
sure
I
if you
would.
ask Colapinto,
I would.
it would say the same. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I mean anybody would. It's Colapinto, right? He's crashed into more people and crashed more cars than anybody in the series right now.
Yeah, but that's the part which is really pissing me off, because usually it's the other way around. But I think, well, I think Hamilton was at fault. But regardless,
yeah, no, he was behind. He was behind at the corner. It was Colapinto's corner. He didn't need to give him more room if he didn't want to. So, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and Lewis compromised his race. The barge board went off, the floor just got damaged, and all this stuff. Again, talking about updates, the Ferrari, I think, brought a good package. I haven't spoke about McLaren. McLaren, I'm still up for grabs, because Miami is a track that Norris likes a lot and Piastri doesn't. So I'm not really sure, if it's the same situation where, like, for example, Verstappen giving 0.8 of a second to Ajar and Kimi giving more than half a second to Russell. So, I mean, those were two really good updates for Mercedes and Red Bull. But I think the Ferrari has actually a very, 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 very good car, chassis-wise. Is lacking in the engine department, and that's a big problem, because if it's true that the rumors are that the Mercedes engine has like a 30 horsepower advantage on the Ferrari, and I mean, I don't know if that bucket can be filled. It's really hard. I mean, I've never seen development on an engine which can get that much of a handicap. But we'll see what happens. There might be some tracks where that is not so important. I loved Leclerc race. He tried everything, especially at the end. He was just desperate. He knew that he couldn't keep Piastri behind, so he just closed the wing before the breaking point in order for Piastri to go ahead. So he would have the push to pass on the last corner, but he just fucked up, and he just spun, and he damaged his rear tire, rear suspension. The car couldn't turn right. Basically, he had to cut a lot of chicanes and stuff. He was penalized at the end. It was a bad mistake for him. He admitted it, but he was. The reason he did that was because he was really trying everything and maybe more, to get the position, to stay in the position. Ferrari was a little bit unlucky, because I think that without the safety car, it might have been, a little bit different. Not for the top. I mean, not for first and second, maybe, but maybe third was probably possible. But yeah, there was that. And the other thing which didn't happen, and everybody was waiting, was the rain. I mean, they started the race 2 hours before, because it was supposed to come a thunderstorm, and they were still waiting for the rain to come during the race. That actually happened for the F2 race before, but there was no rain during the F1 race, and everybody was waiting for that. First at lap 20, and then they said, no, it's going to happen a little bit later on. It's going to be a shower. It's not going to be a shower. So there was a lot of talking in changing the tires at that position or the other. And yeah, I think Verstappen took a great gamble. He drove that car. I mean, those tires, I think they were like 40 something laps. Wow, I mean, really massive. He did a really massive race.
Yeah, he did 50 laps on them in the end, I think.
Yeah, fuck me. I mean, yeah. So yeah,
especially at Miami, which is an abrasive surface. surface,
right.
And it had been raining earlier in the day, so all the rubber that went down. I mean, one of my small criticisms of Ferrari really is the tires. I don't think their tires last as well as either the Mercedes or the McLarens, and they are going to struggle, I think. So, although you say it's a great chassis, I don't think it's a great chassis for tire preservation. It may be a great chassis for mechanical grip, but I don't think it's a great one for preserving the tires, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's hard to say because like
of course it is.
Like I mean, Leclerc never had any problems with both set of tires, and Lewis is a little bit difficult to judge because he lost some points of downdraft, down pressure. Yeah, so. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we'll see.
That's what it appeared to me, that both at the end of both stints, both Ferraris dropped off their performance quite drastically compared to, certainly compared to the McLarens, but also compared to the Mercedes a little bit as well. Although they dropped off compared to the McLarens as well, and. Also, Verstappen's obviously, I mean, he was trying very hard. But his performance went to shit relatively quickly on the hard tires, and so there you go.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I think it's still up for grabs, but we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Now over to you, Lucky, and not an expert. Anything you'd like to say about the race, or how you found the race? Entertaining, not so entertaining? How was the circuit? And
Okay.
What do you think Jim Clark would have done?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe white lines, perhaps.
Many of them, probably, before the race.
Yeah, not the ones on the track either.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The car park white lines I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go to the racing, guess who had their 250th Grand Prix start this weekend?
Joel?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. I thought you were going to make a twat remark, but okay.
No. We're being serious for a change.
250? Might be who? Bottas?
Hey, fucking Bottas.
There you go. Was either Bottas or Perez?
I think Perez is on his 450th win, wasn't he?
Oh, okay.
So well done to Bottas. Reached the 250 mark on his Grand Prix starts.
It's difficult to. Well, no, he has won a Grand Prix, hasn't he? I was going to say it's difficult to do 250 without at least winning one. You would have thought
he won the Mercedes.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
it was either him or Hamilton that year was going to win the race. So when Hamilton didn't win, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we thinking for driver of the day? It's hard to ignore Antonelli.
There's only one. There's only one. There can be only one. Yeah. That's where I got that little joke from.
To pick up on what Fab was saying, Leclerc's car was sliding all over that racetrack all weekend. And I think he did extremely well to get away with just one spin. Unfortunately, it cost him quite a lot. And with the penalty, even more. But that was a really, really difficult car he was driving, I think. I think he did well to keep himself where he was. But what do you think, Fab? Are you going to go with Antonelli, or you want to give Leclerc a go, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'll go with Antonelli. My second choice would be Verstappen, to be fair. But Antonelli, I think, made a fantastic race. And, there's also the fact that guy is 18 years old.
Yeah, this is
right?
the thing.
Yeah. So he's 19, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh, 19. Yeah. Okay.
So I take the shine off what you're saying there.
Oh, yeah.
He's 19.
Yeah,
I mean,
19.
Well, there's a big difference.
If he's 19, he's shit. He should have won 3 World Championship already. Yeah. So that guy is shit. Yeah.
I saw there was a picture of him wearing some baseball shirt, a basketball shirt, I should say.
Yeah.
And like you should see how fucking ripped his fucking arms are.
Yeah.
It's like he's gone from being this tiny little kid, right, at 17, right, in F2, to being this super ripped, like big chug, neck out here kind of guy, you know. And it's like, oh, fair play to you, mate. Fair play. I guess there's, well, I wouldn't want to cast aspersions, but we all know how you get big quick. Anyway, there you go.
So I think we've got the situation now that Antonelli's 20 points ahead of his much more experienced teammate Russell, and he seems to be. Well, Toto Wolff is saying that he'll come back. Russell will come back.
Well, Russell is saying, to be fair, Russell is saying that. He's saying,
well,
Russell was, yeah, no, Russell was. This was interesting. Because Russell didn't say, no, I'm not worried about Antonelli. That's not what he said. He said it's, you know, he was basically saying, like, I can improve. As long as I improve, I'm not going to be worried about it.
Yeah.
Which is saying something similar, but nonetheless, that it just means he's putting the pressure on himself and not on Antonelli. I thought that was a good thing to be doing.
What he did admit, which I thought was very strange, and Fab, you might be able to comment on this. He did admit that he's not good on tracks like Miami that have slow corners. He cannot drive slow corners by his own admission.
Well, relatively speaking, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've heard that. I was just fixated on when they showed the images of the after the race with all the Mercedes team and thing, and I mean, I counted all of them, and there was one head missing. I couldn't find one guy, and that was So, well, I mean, I wonder where this guy. What was the name of the guy? I think you guys noticed that too.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Someone, is it?
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Russell sounds familiar.
George.
Russell. Yeah, George.
It wasn't there.
Yeah. Well,
and it's the second. Hello.
Hello. Is it me? Is it my internet?
Fabio's frozen. You're okay.
Okay, we're okay.
Yeah, guys, you're roboting for me.
It's you.
Know. It's you. You're frozen in my screen.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen as well.
What I was going to say, to come to Russell's defense, I mean, he came across the start-finish line at the end there with his front wing scraping the Miami tarmac and showering sparks all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have that disadvantage, so we can credit him with that at least. But, well, I suppose I'm going to have to go Antonelli. He's going to rejoin. Yeah, then I'll have to go with Antonelli as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he did start from pole, but nonetheless, he drove. It was a very competitive race. There was never much more than a few seconds in it. So he withstood the pressure. I mean, that's one of the, like, normally he's been just pulled away and that was it. But no, Norris caught him back up. Norris is the person I would give it to otherwise, because he clearly also had a very good race. And okay.
Yes.
Bang now.
Bang bang. There we go.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're perfect. Yeah, at the end of the race on radio, he was very calm and cool about the whole thing. So I hope that. And he certainly enjoyed himself. There didn't seem to be any doubt about that. And he seemed to enjoy himself more than any of the other drivers did. So,
he's young. He'll learn.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going Antonelli for driver of the day from this panel.
100%. And we're going to keep going Antonelli because he could be world champion at 19 years old. For goodness sake, that's a possibility. It's on the cards, really. So, like, what an achievement if he does that. And also, they've been playing the meme of Toto Wolff congratulating him on his first win. Do you remember that? Toto said something like, "I was told that I shouldn't put you in a Mercedes because you were too young and inexperienced, and you didn't know how to drive properly, and you didn't know this." We showed him. Yeah, well done, Kimi.
Yeah.
You showed him. And it still was in question, right? Because he's had a meteoric rise to a Formula One team, and then to land up like Lewis did in the best team on the grid in his rookie season, right? And then also, like I know you guys are down on George, but one thing I'll say about George is he's extremely consistent.
Oh yeah. I mean,
He's he is a
it's not a shitty. Yeah, it's not a
he's a
shitty driver at
fantastic
all. I mean,
he is a fantastic driver.
yeah.
He may not be as good as Albon, but in that generation, which includes Verstappen, he was very highly rated before he got into open seat racing. And when they were all karters, Albon was allegedly the best of them, and then George Russell, and then Verstappen. Right, so
Yep.
it goes to show you, it's not just about being a fantastic driver. There's much more to it, and I think that's what's really impressive about
Which
Kimi.
is?
What he has in spades that none of the other drivers has, and they've all got slightly different traits, right? I mean, as I keep saying, Lando's just fast. He literally would drive a lawnmower fast if you put him in a gardening job. He's just that kind of driver. He doesn't think too much about anything other than driving the car fast. In that same respect, Leclerc, but he's a bit more of a cerebral driver. He does think about racing and how to go about it.
And and sorry, and you mentioned Toto Wolff, which reminded me what Enzo Ferrari used to say. He used to say, "We don't buy champions, we make champions." So
let me get on to my point there, right? So, like I was saying, Lando, his big key trait is that he's just a fast driver. He'll take any old bucket and make it go as fast as it can. So that's his one thing that he can do. You give him a consistent car and he will be consistently fast. So he's very much car dependent, unlike some of the other drivers, right? Nico Rosberg, for instance. Nico Rosberg, famous for being a fantastic test driver. Allegedly, the engineer could just put a new piece on the car, and he would say to Nico, "Right, you should go about two tenths faster," and Nico would get in the car and he'd go 3 tenths faster. I mean, that was just, he could just push the car to its absolute limit. Maybe not as consistently as someone like a Schumacher, but nonetheless fast. Antonelli, his real key talent is adapting. He can adapt on the fly quicker than any race car driver I've ever seen, and it's such a gift. Like he learns his lessons. If he makes a mistake, he'll rarely make the same mistake twice, and we will see that. And that's why the Miami race was so impressive for me, was because he had pressure from behind the whole race. Real pressure from behind, and that's when you've got a champion. If they can just sit in front of someone by a second or 2 seconds, a couple of seconds, and just stay there, then that is something very special. Even Schumacher couldn't stand that kind of pressure for a race-long endeavor, and yet Antonelli's just sitting there doing it and soaking it all up from behind and just staying just out of reach. So I think that is so impressive, and if he can keep that going, he's going to be, he will literally, if he can keep that going, he'll be the next Alain Prost, right? Because Prost could do that, just stay just enough ahead to keep the car in good shape and still win the race. And so it's just, again, hugely impressive for a 19-year-old that he's learned in such a short period of time to race a Formula One car, from not even having the muscles to be able to drive the car flat out, right, let alone race the car flat out. And so, like, here we are, less than a year and a half after his debut, and here he is dominating the field and dominating someone like Russell, who's no mean driver. So
okay, here's a hypothetical for you, Fabio.
Go ahead.
Hamilton stays at Mercedes. Ferrari, instead of getting Hamilton, get what's his name?
Bergman.
Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going with this.
What do you think? Do you think that would have been a good thing?
I mean, it would have been impossible if Hamilton would stay Mercedes. Ferrari would have probably got Berman, because Kimi was Kimi was already a Mercedes driver, and funnily enough, his first contact with an F1 team was Ferrari, and they said he was too young. So yeah, I mean, it was already in Mercedes orbit, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I think Mercedes recognised his talent, and then it just so happened that once he started driving in, I think it was F3, then they noticed that actually this kid can really learn how to drive very quickly. So, and I think that's what impressed Toto so much, is that his adaptability, like I'm saying. And I think Toto thought, well, look, we've got a lot of regulation changes. There's going to be a lot of our car updates. We need someone that can adapt to a new car every week. That's the way F1's going, and then that makes Kimi the perfect thing. And then also, they didn't want to make the same mistake. I think you made this point a few races back, didn't you? In last season, in fact, you made this point, Fabio, where if they didn't get Kimi, then he was likely to be signed by another team.
Yeah.
Right. So, and they didn't want to make the same mistake that that Toto made with Verstappen.
Right.
Remember, Verstappen was 17 when he was signed to Red Bulls. Or Racing Bulls, or wherever they were back then, and
Toro Rosso.
Yeah, Toro Rosso. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Kimi would have probably been parked at Williams or somewhere. Yeah, probably Williams. Which I mean, it would have been a waste, because I mean, we saw what the guy can do with a competitive car, so it would have been a waste. But
with the investment that Williams have had, I don't think Williams would have taken him, to be honest. I mean, they were looking to be a midfield team by this stage already. So I think they wanted to keep Albon because he's been a standout for them, and they desperately wanted an experienced driver. Yeah. So I don't think they, for upgrades and things like that, So I just don't think they would have gone to there, and that was the problem, that because Red Bull have two teams, they could easily have signed Kimi, stuck him in the second team, right? I mean, they don't like Liam Nielsen very much, So he keeps threatening to kill everybody every time he comes out to the racetrack.
It's a particular set of skills, I believe.
That's a particular set of skills. But yeah, so there we go. Anyway, I don't want to go on about it too much, but it's hard to think of a young driver which is been so impressive since Romain Grosjean.
That's a Maldonado.
Oh, dear. No, I mean, I don't know since who. I mean, really, the only person is Michael Schumacher, right? That came in and did incredibly well in the Jordan. So much so that he got, instantly swiped by Benetton,
Fabio.
of course. Fabio, who didn't have the best car on the track at the time, not for that first season. It was maybe the second best car, but it wasn't the best car. And then because he got Schumacher, then they invested a load more money into the team got a load more investment, just through the hype of having such a young, dynamic driver.
And so did Jordan.
And then they gave him, so did Jordan. You're absolutely right. That's why. Well, I think mainly most of that money came from Benetton. To be fair.
Yeah, it was.
To be fair,
it was the benefit of both teams. That whole deal, because Eddie Jordan got a fucking mattress full of cash for that deal.
Yeah, and he did very well with it. He attracted more cash as well with it. He didn't just waste it. So much so they could afford, Heinhauer, for instance, who was no mean driver, right?
And they're the best pit girls.
And the best pit girls, of course, of course. Oof. Anyway, did you, sir? Oh, many times. So so that goes to show you that he is once in a several generation driver, and I'm for one, I'm really glad that Mercedes made that investment,
He's got this advantage that Verstappen had, and that's he's been in race cars since before he could walk. His father's a racer, is now a team principal or team owner, even maybe perhaps in GT3. Is it GT3? Does maybe
Who?
not.
Verstappen? Yeah. He
No,
has his own team.
Antonelli's dad.
Oh, Antonelli, I don't know.
No. He just went from car to F3 to.
Yeah.
Yes, but his whole background, his parents are the same motor racing background as Verstappen's parents had.
Not quite,
So
but yes. But they have a like you have to be rich to be in Formula One driver.
Right.
You have to have a rich background. You can't come from nowhere unless you're Lewis Hamilton, right? And 4 years old.
Racing's been his whole life so far. I mean, he's only 19, but he's 19 years of motor racing.
I mean, it's a little bit different from Verstappen, meaning that Antonelli's father, they have a racing team. Well, no, that is not super loaded, right? I mean,
no,
as well. But I think that the advantage is that he has a racing team. So when you talk about growing up in a certain environment, I mean, he was growing up in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. But
still. That's a really good point, because I think Antonelli also has a really good understanding of the mechanics of a race car as well. It's not just that he's a fast driver. He can actually set up cars. He knows how to set up cars and what car setup means and how to manipulate it, etc., etc. Yeah. So that's a very useful skill when you're talking with engineers at the F1 level, because you can use language which they understand, rather than just saying, "Oh, well, it kind of goes a bit too left here and a bit whatever."
And another talking about that, another massively good move by Toto Wolff was giving him Bonington. That was another master move.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have to pay Bonington quite a bit, right? Because Lewis was after him strongly,
right?
But Bono. That was Bono. Yeah, that's my Boner.
Mm-hmm.
Bono from U2. We're talking about people. That's absolutely right. They had to give him a promotion, didn't they? The same way they gave Jean-Pierre
Lambiase.
That's the guy. Yeah. Thank you. They gave him a new job, and it took. I love this that McLaren have stolen him. I think this is just fantastic.
Well, he's another one. I mean, the Red Bull ship, isn't he?
Yeah. So that's happening next year, right? So Max is going to be all on his own, right? So all of the people that he had his first 4 world championships with. He's just going.
Now, isn't it?
Well, listen, I'm sorry about Max, which I think is a fantastic driver. But we said that more than once. I think that the biggest problem of Max Verstappen right now is his damn father. As opposite to Kimi Antonelli's father, which just stays there and shuts the fuck up. Max Verstappen's father is just, built this whole thing and basically exploded in everybody's face. So, yeah.
Yeah, that literally what happened, right? As soon as he fell out with Horner, that was pretty much the end of the whole fucking team, right?
Right.
And it's like, why would you do that? Horner is one of the most successful, maybe excluding Ron Dennis, but probably the most successful Formula One team leader, right? Team manager, right? So
in
what he did,
era,
he had 4 with Vettel, 4 with Verstappen, right? That's 8 right there. You know what I mean? Always competitive in the years where he wasn't there. I mean, he's the guy that signed Newey, right, from Dennis.
He built that fucking machine. He built Red Bull. From nothing,
absolutely. Well, I wouldn't say he built it, but he certainly took it from like this B team, right, to making it the dominant force in Formula One for 16 years or something, or one of them.
Oh yeah, I mean
maybe
that's
not through
the
Mercedes. Maybe Toto, has done a superior job in terms of longevity of being the top team. But like when you think of innovations as well, right? You know, like Toto Christian Horner's duration was through a period of very stable rules, really, and yet he was able to innovate the cars through all of that period just to stay ahead of the competition. Right, now, I'm thinking of suspension changes, right, which were revolutionary to that car. Mercedes ended up copying them, of course. The inactive suspension or active suspension, which was legal up until a point, just many things. The bendy wings, right? That is actually, although it came from McLaren, it was perfected by Red Bull.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely. I was thinking about the fact that if you think the kind of shenanigans he had to go through to build, that kind of racing machine, which was Red Bull, is Red Bull, depending on how you see, and you can think about how difficult it was, because from the moment that the owner of Red Bull died, and all the internal, currents started to move the sea, right? I mean, it just couldn't. I mean, it was surrounded by sharks, but I mean, those sharks were there even before, right?
Yeah,
so,
I think it was probably Christian Horner's dick pics that was the fucking thing that pushed him over the edge.
But I mean, that's what's so funny about the whole thing, as far as I can see, because like, what you're telling me that Jos Verstappen, right, wasn't after the, because they shared that woman, right. I mean, basically Christian Horner, I think not got with her, but flirted, and the things that happened because she'd already been flirting with Jos Verstappen. I'm saying flirting. But it's probably, these are very powerful men we're talking about. So,
while we're on the subject of Max, would you like to hear what Juan Pablo Montoya said in regards to Verstappen?
I would very much like to hear what the fantastically misogynistic Juan Pablo Montoya said about Max
stand by for some serious irony here. Okay, we all know that Verstappen's been very vocal in his criticism of this year's regulations, and in response to this, Juan Pablo Montoya says that he should be punished. And I quote from Mr. Montoya: "You've got to respect the sport. I'm okay you not liking the regulations, but the way you're speaking about what you're living off and your own sport, you should be there. Should be consequences for that." Is what he said, which doesn't seem to really make much sense. But Juan Pablo Montoya, when he was in Formula One, spent every fucking minute that he could complaining either about the drivers or about the regulations.
Yeah.
So why he's getting involved in this, I really don't know.
Because once you stop racing, you got a lot of time.
Well, that's
and also a lot of people is calling you for no good reason at all.
But for quotes, for quotes.
Yeah,
so you got to give them a quote. If the better, the juicier the quote you give them, the more attention, the more they'll phone you back.
Right. I mean, when you're a journalist, you got a set of numbers, right? And you try to call them in order to get a snippet. What do you think? And some people answer the phone and some people don't answer the phone. And usually if you answer the phone, you got a lot of free time. So
there you go. I think that summed it up perfectly. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to call it there. We've got a couple of other topics that I'd like to talk about. Not to say the first one that you reminded us of earlier, of course, which is the passing of one of the greats in motorsport in general, Alex Zanardi. Who I think we have all had, some opinions of over the years. Maybe not the most stellar Formula One career, but he was always fast. He just never got given the car to do it in. And then suddenly, unfortunately, he had a massive crash, which left him with amputated limbs and no way back, obviously, to Formula One, although he did later try a Williams. Williams were keen to try and set up a car so he could drive it again, and they did in fact set the car up and let him go testing, etc. I think more as a thank you for everything in the past that he'd done for the team, because he'd started the resurgence of Williams. So I just want to say thank you for that as a Williams team fan. I was very happy that we had such a great driver in the car at some point. And then also, I don't think he had the crash in the Williams, though. I think it was in a Toyota. Is that right?
No, he had the crash in
No,
an IndyCar in Germany.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I beg your pardon.
Germany.
In Germany, an IndyCar race in Germany.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Was it Leipzig ring?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, no, he was getting out of the. I mean, he was winning the race. I think it was with because he already won 2 championship with Chip Ganassi, and then he went back to Williams. At the time, they had the Winston sponsorship. It was white and red and stuff. And then he went back to Indy with a new team, and they struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, but he was winning that race in Germany, and he just came out of a splash and go, and he just spun because there was something on the track, stuff like that, and basically I think it was. Can't remember the name, maybe Max, but it was Tagliani, another Italian driver, which basically collided with the car. Well, he T-boned the car because the car, his car was that way in the track, and he came that way. It's an oval, so yeah, it basically the car separated. This is what he said, right? And he said some part of Alex went one way, some part of Alex went the other way. So that's how I describe the thing. So it is word in Zanardi's word. So yeah, it was a massive accident. He lost like 75% of blood. It was really, really, really bad. But he came back. He came back. He competed with the BMW in touring cars. They set up a car for him, especially for him. And then another really touchy thing they did, he made the year after the accident, they had the same race in Germany, same oval, in September the year after. I think the accident was in June of the previous year, and they set up a car for him with not too many specialized things, because, for example, it was braking with his fake leg, right? And they made him do the remaining 13 laps that he was supposed to be doing. So he never gave up. He was a fantastic human being. He then went on and competed in with the hand bikes. He was the sponsor of a big group of handicapped people, and he just brought them, like, I think 7 or 8 of these guys that he was training and he funded. They went to the Olympics with him. He won 3 gold medals, and up until I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, when he had another really bad accident with the end bike. 2 or 3 hours away from where I live, he just collided with a truck. And ever since then, it's been in a specialized structure, because he had to go with machines and all that stuff. But as far as racing goes, he started. You guys mentioned Schumacher. He was with Jordan because of Schumacher left. He went to Jordan. He didn't have too much luck with F1. The cars were not super competitive. The cars that he drove were not super competitive. So he decided to go in the US in '96 with Chip Ganassi team. In '96, I think he came second or third in the championship. His teammate won the championship, and that was the year where he basically did something that everybody remembers, right? Something which has been described as the pass uh, against Huerta in Laguna Seca. That was fucking amazing. And that was '96, and he won '97, '98, 2 consecutive years. He won the car championship, and then he tried back, Williams and what we said before. He was a fantastic human being. I think I met him passing by a couple of times when I was working in Bologna. We used to go. There was a restaurant over there where he usually used to go, and I think I met him a couple of times. But just saying, I or you, blah blah blah. That's it. But people knew him, and the testimonials that have happened, after his passing, they are really emotional, and everybody's thanking the guy, for just meeting the guy. So it was a very sad weekend, at least for me, for Italy, for a lot of people. Usually the 1st of May is remembered because of the Senna accident. And now we have Zanardi too. Talking about Senna, and then I quit. There is an episode when he was driving for Williams. I think it was in '99. I can't remember exactly. There was a moment where during a race, Senna complained that he was going too slow. It just took him. It wasn't actually impeding, to be lapped, but something like that. He complained about that. On the flight back, there was a journalist. He asked to him, his opinion about that. What do you think happens? Blah blah. And he laughed, and he told the journalist, "Well, tell your friend Senna next time to drive a little bit faster." That was the kind of guy, So there you go, Alex.
Okay, thank you so much. Lucky, do you want to say anything on Alex?
Well, sure. One correction: it was kart series that he drove in, not an IndyCar.
Yeah,
it was same thing with a different name, I believe. I think he's probably most famous for the crash that he had in Germany, and he was also probably more well known in America than he was in Europe because of his kart racing and the results he had in kart racing. But I believe he was the equivalent of a knight in Italy. Would that be correct?
I honestly don't know. Maybe. Well, it might have been. That usually happens if you are, if you win an Olympic medal and stuff like that. So that might have been because of that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, an extremely popular figure in Italy. I know that for sure.
Yes.
In driving, he was always popular in the pits that he was in, both in DTM and Formula One. He was always a popular person, so it goes to show you his strength of character. But recovering from that to still be, a competitive driver in any discipline, let alone DTM, which, let's face it, DTM was the most competitive touring car series in the world, right? There was, very few that matched the German touring cars.
And you're right. That's a very good point. And in order to prove that, you just have to read the testimonials these days that the people knew him. Mario Andretti made a post because Zanardi asked him to make like a preface, to Zanardi's book, stuff like that. And Andretti asked him, what do you want me, the great Mario Andretti asked him, what do you want me to write? And he said, well, I'm missing the legs. Maybe you should tell me how high do you want me to be? Because, I can change my height. I can put longer legs. So, so those are the kind of testimonials that people who knew him have about him. And it tells a lot, I think.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, when the great speak great of you, you've done something right. Let's put it that way. And like there are very few figures that match that, right? Like quite often, the people at the top of their sport just become arseholes, right? Because they're like Max Verstappen or something. I think championships and that's it. They're the best in the world. And here we are. Give him a non-competitive car and he's smashing into all in sundries like he used to. Anyway, that's my pitch done for the day. Okay, go ahead.
When you say he was a successful driver after the crash, he was a very successful driver after the crash in not only German touring cars but Italian touring cars, and in world touring cars as well. I mean, he was winning races, and he was also winning races up until about 2019 in GT3s. So, and this was using hand controls or semi-hand controls. This wasn't just a guy who would normally drive a car with his feet and hands. So, moving on from motor racing, there was, of course, his Paralympic career.
Sorry. Before you move on, just a quick thing, because you showed something. He was the guy which basically started the whole donuts after winning in kart. He was the first one.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, didn't Mansell?
I mean, he was consistently doing that in 97, 98, 21. After every race, he just keep doing donuts. And he's been fined multiple times about that. And Chip Ganassi told him, fuck it. Yeah.
Whatever, we'll pay it. We'll pay
it. Yeah.
As long as you're winning, as long as you only do it when you win, we can afford it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead.
What I was going to say was he was the Italian flag bearer in the Paralympics, I believe.
Yes.
A great honor. Also, he was unfortunate in when he was practicing for Paralympics. He was in collision with a truck, which caused him some seriously bad head injuries.
Yeah.
I think that was in 2020, maybe.
Yeah, as I told you, 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember, but stuff like that.
I mean, he lived a life, for sure, Alex Zanardi. And I think motorsport it has lost one of its characters.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And I think we're all sadder for it.
Yeah. I mean, we usually talk about, and rightly so, about people winning things like Monte Carlo, Indy 500, and Le Mans, all this stuff. I mean, that guy won two car championship and 3 gold medals at the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the Indy 500. I mean, that's that's no small feat in itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a small feat. In London, by the way, I think he won 3 of them in London.
Yeah.
Anyway, time to move on because we're way past the hour mark. So I just want to say thank you. Hello to Savage and Robin. Thank you so much for coming by. Please remember to like and subscribe. Well, I'm assuming you're both subscribed, but please like the channel, and we really appreciate you coming by. Okay, Lucky, do you have a quiz or a myth?
I do. I've got a quiz. And now, funnily enough, Fabio just talked about what we're going to talk about, and that's the Triple Crown, which is in world motorsport, the Indy 500, the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
And there's debate on the third one. You can either be a Monte Carlo Grand Prix winner or Formula One world champion in order to qualify. Depends who you are.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm sure you guys both know who the only man to have completed the Triple Crown so far has been.
Yeah. We both know that, don't we? Is it?
Oh yeah. We totally do that.
Is it Phil Hill or someone maybe?
You're close. You're
Okay.
partially a Fab sort of.
Graham Hill.
Graham Hill.
Yeah.
It was indeed Graham Hill. However,
I get a point. I get a point. Do I get a point?
No, we haven't got to the question yet because everybody knows that was Graham Hill.
Fucker.
Everybody knows that was Graham Hill.
Do they? Do they?
Well.
Okay. Carry on. Go. Carry on. I don't get a point. I know.
No, you might.
You're like the FIA right now.
There's going to be 2
I'm
points.
just saying that you're acting like the FIA.
Well, no, because I don't take bungs.
Yeah, you're acting like the FAA, and I'm fucking Damon Hill. I'm Lewis Hamilton. Go ahead.
You're Damon Hill after the '94 Australian Grand Prix. Then. Okay, so as I was saying, of course, one of the races you have to win is the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
Now you can't win the 24 Hours of Le Mans on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, who was the driver who won the 24 Hours of Le Mans with Graham Hill?
Oh shit!
I
have no fucking idea.
Kind of got
no
an
idea.
Hang on a minute. Let me just think.
It's all you, man. No idea.
Best buddies. Was it someone like? No.
This person was. While you're thinking about it, we'll add this in. This person did not want to be paired with Graham Hill. He said, "Graham Hill's a Grand Prix driver. He'll never win a 24 Hours of Le Mans. I don't want to drive with him." But was, of course, proven completely wrong.
So a non-Grand Prix driver. Oh my word! And it's
he did compete in Formula One, but it was a very brief career, if I remember correctly. I mean, it was like maybe 3 years or something like that.
I have no fucking idea. I'm literally drawing a blank here. I can't even figure out the nationality of the guy.
Well, I'll tell you that if you want.
Well, I mean, it's not going to help, but yeah, go ahead.
He was French.
Oh,
he was French.
Yes.
Did you say?
Now, after his racing career, this person actually started building race cars as well, and he had his own team.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Now, unfortunately, one of the things he is known for of recent is the fact that he had a stroke and was left paralyzed down his left side of his face. So he looks a bit strange when he's interviewed these days.
I don't know.
These days? Oh my goodness! How old is he?
Well, he's Graham Hill's sort of age, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, I know the face. I know the guy. I know who you're talking about. I think he went into FIA, didn't he? He became an FIA higher up.
Maybe
Later in life, yeah.
He might have got involved in organizing of the WCC.
The only French I can think of which made a car is Guy Ligier, but it's not him. Obviously.
No, it's not Guy Ligier.
Yeah,
Gilles.
The cars he made were pretty much WCC cars.
Oh yeah,
or 24-hour endurance cars.
No, I don't know.
No, again, I mean, I can picture the guy's face, but I can't think who he is.
Hey, one last clue: they were driving a Matra. Might help.
No,
no,
not me.
Still can't. I mean, all I'm going to say then is Jean-Michel Jarre.
Oh, Jean-Pierre Jabouille? You mean Jabouille?
He was teammates with Keke Rosberg at Williams. Jean-Michel Jarre.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, John, for coming by. Nice to see you. Please like the stream.
Hey,
Always
John.
helps. Okay, so no, we don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anybody in chat would know. So we'll just go for the answer. It was Henry Pescarolo.
Oh, Pescarolo.
Yeah.
Henri Pescarolo.
That's the very man. The very man. Didn't want to drive with Graham Hill in the 24 hours because he said Grand Prix drivers can't drive 24 hours. But it worked out pretty well for the pit room.
I mean, that's totally weird coming from back in that day when most Grand Prix drivers made their living driving other classes.
Yeah.
Well, indeed. And now, do you remember what year it was that those two won 24 hours Le Mans? Because there was a 60s. Both the other two, the championship and the Indy 500 came in the 60s.
That's
65.
65, I would say.
But no.
65 for one and 67 for the championship.
I think it was 63 and 68, actually.
Okay.
Something like that.
There you go.
Hey, listen, 63 and 68. 65 is smack in the middle. So that was the perfect area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, if we were playing Price is Right rules.
It was actually 1973, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
73?
Yeah, it was 73. I was quite surprised at that when I was doing research for this. Because I thought it was all sort of in the 60s between his championships. Because that's when he did Indy, if you remember, with the Lotus, Colin Chapman.
Yeah, Colin Chapman's Lotus. That's that's the win. That is the big win.
Yeah.
Right, when the first person to put the engine in the back at Indy 500, yeah.
So there is one bonus point up for grabs.
Oh, right. So the first question you asked wasn't a bonus. Getting Graham Hill was not a bonus.
No, that wasn't a bonus. Okay,
honestly.
There is one manufacturer.
Fixed.
Yeah. There's one manufacturer that has also done the Triple Crown. That's either Championship or Monaco, the Indy 500, and Le Mans.
McLaren?
You got it straight away. You got the bonus point.
Who did? We both said something.
I don't know. Who did?
Well, I heard Simons first.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter who at first because we said two different things, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
That's fine. Thank you. I feel vindicated to some degree.
Yeah.
I felt I should have had 2 points.
Yeah, you are smart arse of the day.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I feel like it. Although I've been sitting in this chair too long, so my arse doesn't feel anything at the moment. But nonetheless, that's fine. I just want to thank everybody for coming by. We really appreciate you. Thank you for the raid mod. That really means a lot to me to see everybody here. So yeah, no, thank you so much. Unfortunately, it's the end of the show now, so we're all gonna crack off, and we will be here. Oh, sure. Let me just.
I'll tell you. Hold on a second.
Yeah, okay. We'll be here on the 22nd, 24th of May. We'll probably do a show on the 25th. And we are live from Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
I think that's correctly pronounced Canada.
Yes. Oh, I'm ready prepping. Hold on a second. Let's show you.
And that, of course, is the fantastic Gilles Villeneuve circuit in the St. Lawrence Freeway, and it always gives us good races. So that is definitely something to watch.
And there's thousands of petrified groundhogs all around the
there you go.
Villeneuve circuit.
Okay. What is that? Is that like syrup, maple syrup kind of whiskey or something?
Grand Marnier.
Yeah. Believe it or not, it was brought to me by Jesus Christ. I'm drawing a blank.
Brought to you by Jesus Christ. Well, that is some recommendation, I will say.
Was it water before he got it?
Yeah. If the wine is his blood, then that must be his semen, I'm assuming.
Oh God Almighty!
Thank you very much. I'm here all week. Canada. Thank you. Yeah, that's another way to pronounce it. Absolutely.
Canada land.
Yeah, look, it's so nice of you to see you.
The Royal Canadian Navy brought this to me, but yeah,
okay.
one of his representatives, if you get what I mean.
I do, yeah. That soccer counts, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give his real name, of course, but soccer counts, yeah. If you're not sub to soccer count, he doesn't do fuck all these days. But
yes, so you can go and sub to him. He's a
great guy.
Yeah. Go sub to soccer count. He does fuck all. So it's an easy sub. It won't submerge you with pinks and stuff. So
yeah. There we go. Nectar of the gods.
Yeah,
that is one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Jesus, the RCN now. Yes, he is. Okay, that's great. Look, thank you everybody. We're going to end it there because it's hour 24, so this is going to be one of the longer shows. As I say, we will be here in 3 weeks? Really? 24th?
Is it 3 weeks? Yeah. Jeez, Canada, yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be the off time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Listen, the way Trump's going, he might be bombing Canada by this time in 3 weeks, so we might miss out on that.
Yeah. They might be invading Canada. You're absolutely right.
Might be, the third or fourth US GP,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, it should be interesting as well because God knows how many updates Mercedes are going to bring to Canada, but they know they've got to bring a lot, right? So this only benefits our man.
I think they need to upgrade George Russell.
They need to upgrade George Russell. Yeah, maybe not. I don't think they'd let George Russell go anywhere, right? And then he's still a hell of a driver, whichever way you look at it. Anyway, there we go. Look, okay, thank you so much, everybody. As I say, we're out of here, and nearly at 500. Please like and subscribe. Really trying to push that 500, and we'll see you all in the next 3 weeks, hopefully. In the meantime, I'm probably going to try and start the Onion back up again, maybe in 2 weeks' time. So look out for that. Hope you guys on the panel will be there with me, and stay in the call for afterwards, Fabio. I just want to have a quick word with you, and you, Lucky, as well. And we will see you all in a few weeks' time. Thank you for coming by. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Robin. 4 more, she says. So that's like within kissing distance of 500. Thank you very much, everybody.